What's up, Switch fans? Welcome back to SwitchTop. Today we're diving into the world of arcade games on Nintendo Switch. These are games that capture that classic arcade feeling. Quick action, simple controls, and pure fun. Whether you remember pumping quarters into machines or you're discovering these gems for the first time, this list has something for everyone. Let's jump right into our top 20. Contra Operation Galuga brings back the classic run-and-gun action that made the series famous. You play as soldiers fighting against alien invaders who have taken over Earth. The story follows elite commandos Bill Reiser and Lance Bean as they battle through enemy bases to stop the invasion. The game keeps the classic side-scrolling shooter gameplay, but adds modern touches like different weapon types, screen-clearing special attacks, and multiple difficulty levels. You can shoot in 8 directions, jump over obstacles, and grab power-ups that change your weapon from a basic rifle to spread shots, lasers, and homing missiles. The game supports local co-op for 2 players, making it perfect for couch gaming sessions. What makes this stand out is how it balances the classic Contra difficulty with more forgiving options for newcomers, while still giving veterans the challenge they want.
Sending frequent supply drops. Shoot a weapon pod to release its cargo. Experiment with a variety of weapon types.
Wild Guns Reloaded is a Wild West shooting gallery game where you control characters on screen while aiming a cursor to shoot enemies. The story is simple but effective. Annie and her bounty hunter friend Clint are hunting down the kid gang who killed Annie's family. The game plays like a mix of a third-person shooter and a light gun game, but using the analog stick to aim instead of pointing at the screen. Your character can move left and right, dodge roll, and jump while you aim and shoot at enemies coming from all directions. The screen fills with bullets, robots, and explosions as you try to survive each stage. Power-ups give you different weapons like shotguns, machine guns, and even a lasso. The game includes 4 characters total, each with different abilities, and supports up to 4 players locally. The pixel art style is gorgeous and the action never stops, making each playthrough feel intense and rewarding. Raiden 4X Mikado Remix is a classic bullet hell shooter where you pilot a fighter ship against waves of enemies. The story follows Earth's defense against an alien invasion using the powerful Raiden fighter ships. Your job is to fly through enemy territory, destroy their forces, and take down massive boss ships. The game is all about precise movement and pattern recognition, as enemy bullets fill the screen in complex formations. You have different weapon types like straight shots, spread shots, and homing missiles that you can power up by collecting items. The game includes multiple difficulty levels and different ship types with unique firing patterns. What makes this version special is the arcade perfect port with added features like replay modes, different screen orientations, and remixed music. The bullet patterns look like deadly fireworks, and learning to weave through them is incredibly satisfying once you get the hang of it. Mushihimesama is a bullet hell masterpiece about a princess who must save her kingdom from a plague of giant insects. The story follows Reiko, a young girl who rides a giant beetle named Kiniro, as she ventures into dangerous territory to find a cure for the curse affecting her people. The gameplay is pure bullet hell shooting where massive insects attack you with beautiful but deadly bullet patterns. You control Reiko and Kiniro as they fly through lush environments filled with oversized bugs and surreal landscape. The game has multiple difficulty modes, but even the easiest setting will challenge most players. Your ship has focus and spread shot modes, and you can use a limited number of bombs to clear bullets in emergencies. The art style is absolutely stunning with detailed insect designs and gorgeous background. What makes it special is how the bullet patterns feel like art. They're so intricate and mesmerizing that you almost forget you're trying not to die. Shadow of the Ninja Reborn is a remake of the classic NES action game about ninjas fighting in a futuristic city. The story takes place in a dystopian world where evil forces have taken control and two ninja warriors must fight their way through the city to restore peace. You play as fast-moving ninjas who can run, jump, climb walls, and attack with various weapons. The gameplay focuses on platforming and combat as you navigate through levels filled with enemies, traps, and environmental hazards. Your ninja can use different weapons like swords, throwing stars, and special ninja tools. The game supports two-player co-op where you can work together to take down enemies and solve platforming challenges. The controls are tight and responsive, making the character feel agile and powerful. The updated graphics give the game a modern look while keeping the classic gameplay that made the original so memorable. Each level has multiple paths and secrets to discover, encouraging exploration and replay. Sega Ages Out Run is the ultimate version of the classic arcade racing game that defined the genre. You play as a driver with his girlfriend in a Ferrari, racing across scenic routes while being chased by police. The story is simple. You're trying to reach the finish line before time runs out while avoiding other cars and obstacles. The game is all about speed and style as you drive through beautiful landscapes like beaches, forests, and deserts. You can choose different routes at checkpoint areas, leading to multiple endings based on your path. The controls are simple but satisfying. Accelerate, brake, and steer left or right. What makes this version special is the enhanced graphics, multiple display options, and additional modes like time attack. The soundtrack is legendary, featuring upbeat songs that perfectly match the feeling of cruising in a sports car. The game captures the joy of driving without any of the real-world consequences, making every race feel like a vacation. Pocky and Rocky Reshrined is a colorful top-down shooter featuring a shrine maiden and her raccoon dog friend. The story follows Pocky, a young shrine maiden, and Rocky, a tanuki, raccoon dog, as they work together to stop evil spirits from causing chaos. The game combines shooting action with Japanese folklore, as you battle through levels filled with supernatural creatures. You can play as either character, and each has different abilities. Pocky uses magical attacks, while Rocky has more physical moves. The game supports local co-op, making it perfect for playing with friends. Your characters can slide, jump, and use special attacks to defeat enemies and bosses. The art style is charming with bright colors and detailed sprite work that brings the mythical world to life. Power-ups change your attack patterns and give you temporary abilities like shields or more powerful shots. The game balances challenge with accessibility, making it fun for players of all skill levels while still providing enough depth to keep you coming back. Kaze and the Wild Masks is a platformer that perfectly captures the feel of classic 90s games. The story follows Kaze, a rabbit who must save his friend from an evil sorcerer using magical masks that give him different animal powers. The gameplay is pure platforming joy with tight controls and creative level design. Each mask gives Kaze different abilities. The eagle mask lets you fly, the lizard mask lets you run up walls, the shark mask gives you swimming powers, and the rhino mask lets you charge through obstacles. The levels are designed around these abilities, creating platforming challenges that feel fresh and exciting. The game has beautiful hand-drawn animation that looks like a Saturday morning cartoon brought to life. Collectibles are hidden throughout each level, encouraging exploration and replay. The difficulty ramps up gradually, introducing new mechanics at a perfect pace. What makes this special is how it feels both nostalgic and modern at the same time, capturing everything that made classic platformers great while adding new ideas. Wonder Boy Collection brings together classic games from the beloved Wonder Boy series in one package. The collection includes multiple games that follow the adventures of Wonder Boy and his various transformations across different worlds. Each game has its own story and style, from the original arcade platformer to the more complex adventure games. The series is known for mixing platforming with RPG elements, where you can upgrade your character, find new weapons, and explore interconnected worlds. The games feature colorful graphics, catchy music, and creative enemy designs that have stood the test of time. Some games focus on pure platforming action, while others add puzzle solving and backtracking elements. The collection includes various display options and quality of life improvements that make these classic games more accessible to modern players. What makes Wonder Boy special is how each game feels different while maintaining the series' core charm. The collection represents decades of gaming history and shows how the platformer genre evolved over time. Blazing Chrome is the ultimate retro run-and-gun experience that feels like it was pulled straight from the golden age of arcade gaming. The story takes place in a post-apocalyptic world where machines have taken over Earth, and a small group of human resistance fighters must battle through robot armies to save humanity. You play as either a human soldier or a robot ally, each with different abilities and weapons. The game captures the spirit of classic Contra and Metal Slug games with intense shooting action, massive explosions, and screen-filling boss battles. You can run, jump, and shoot in 8 directions while dodging enemy fire and collecting power-ups that change your weapon type. The pixel art is absolutely gorgeous with detailed animations, destructible environments, and spectacular special effects. The game supports local co-op for 2 players, making it perfect for sharing the experience with friends. Each level introduces new mechanics and enemy types, keeping the action fresh throughout. What makes Blazing Chrome #1 is how it perfectly balances nostalgia with modern game design, creating an experience that feels both familiar and exciting. Ace Combat 7: Skies Unknown puts you in the cockpit of advanced fighter jets in a world where war has broken out between nations. The story follows a pilot caught in the middle of a conflict involving advanced drone technology and the struggle between humans and artificial intelligence. You'll fly through dramatic missions that range from dogfights in the clouds to ground attacks on enemy bases. The game uses simple controls that make flying feel natural. You can accelerate, brake, and turn while targeting enemies with missiles and machine guns. Weather effects like clouds and storms actually affect gameplay, forcing you to adapt your flying style. The Deluxe Edition includes extra aircraft, missions, and story content. What makes this great is how it balances realistic flight physics with arcade-style action, making you feel like a Top Gun pilot without needing years of training. The missions vary from escort duties to all-out aerial battles that fill the sky with explosions.
Target destroyed. 5 to go. Get the fighters out there! Take the radar vehicle! They've got their anti-air guns aimed right at us.
SNK 40th Anniversary Collection brings together classic arcade games from one of the most important gaming companies in history. The collection includes early SNK titles that helped define arcade gaming, featuring everything from action games to early fighting games and puzzle titles. Each game represents a piece of gaming history, showing how arcade games evolved from simple concepts to complex experiences. The games feature the tight controls and challenging gameplay that made SNK famous, with pixel-perfect graphics that still look great today. You'll find shooters, platformers, and unique games that were ahead of their time. The collection includes museum features like concept art, music, and behind-the-scenes information that help you understand the history behind each game. What makes this special is how it preserves gaming history while making these classic titles accessible to modern players. The variety means there's something for every type of gamer, whether you prefer action, strategy, or puzzle games. Sega Mega Drive Classics is a massive collection of over 50 classic games from Sega's legendary 16-bit console. The collection includes iconic series like Sonic the Hedgehog, Streets of Rage, Golden Axe, and Phantasy Star, representing the best of Sega's arcade-style home console games. Each game maintains the original gameplay while adding modern features like save states, rewind functions, and online multiplayer for select titles. The variety is incredible. You'll find platformers, beat-em-ups, shooters, RPGs, and sports sports games all in one package. The games are presented in a virtual bedroom setting that recreates the feeling of playing in the 1990s. What makes this collection amazing is the sheer value. You're getting decades of gaming history for one price. The games still hold up today because they focused on pure fun and tight gameplay. Whether you want to relive childhood memories or discover these classics for the first time, this collection offers hundreds of hours of entertainment. Taito Milestones 3 brings together classic arcade games from Taito, the company behind legendary titles like Space Invaders and Bubble Bobble. This collection focuses on some of Taito's lesser-known but equally brilliant arcade games that showcase the company's creativity and innovation. The games span different genres including shooters, puzzle games, and action titles, each one representing Taito's unique approach to game design. You'll experience the precise controls and challenging gameplay that made these arcade classics memorable. The collection includes features like different screen orientations, various difficulty settings, and the ability to save your progress. What makes Taito special is how their games often introduce new mechanics that influence the entire gaming industry. The pixel art in these games is stunning, with detailed sprites and smooth animations that show off the artistic talent of the developers. Each game feels different while maintaining that classic arcade charm that kept players coming back for more quarters. BlazBlue CentralFiction is a complex fighting game that combines traditional 2D combat with anime-style storytelling and unique mechanics. The story follows various characters in a world where magic and technology collide, with each fighter having their own motivations and backstories that intersect in dramatic ways. The fighting system is deep but accessible, with each character having completely different playstyles and special abilities. You can perform combos, special moves, and super attacks using simple button combinations, but mastering each character takes time and practice. The game features multiple single-player modes including a story mode, arcade mode, and various challenges that help you learn the mechanics. What sets BlazBlue apart is how each character feels completely unique. Some fighters use swords, others use magic, and some have bizarre abilities like controlling time or summoning creatures. The anime-style graphics are gorgeous, with fluid animations and flashy special effects. The special edition includes all the DLC characters and content, making it the complete BlazBlue experience. The Cowabunga collection brings together 13 classic TMNT games that defined arcade and home console gaming in the late 80s and early 90s. The collection includes the legendary arcade beat-em-ups where you could play as Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo, or Raphael, each with their own fighting style and weapons. The games follow the Turtles as they battle through New York City to stop Shredder and his Foot Clan from taking over the world. The beat-em-up gameplay is simple but satisfying. You can punch, kick, jump, and use special attacks to defeat waves of enemies. The collection also includes fighting games, side-scrolling action games, and even a tournament fighters game. What makes this collection special is how it captures the spirit of the cartoon and comics perfectly. The games support local co-op for up to 4 players, making them perfect for couch gaming sessions with friends. The variety ensures there's something for every TMNT fan, from casual players to hardcore arcade enthusiasts. Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection celebrates 3 decades of the most influential fighting game series ever created. The collection includes 12 classic Street Fighter games, from the original Street Fighter to Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, showing the evolution of the genre. Each game maintains the precise controls and deep combat systems that made Street Fighter legendary, with characters like Ryu, Chun-Li, and Ken becoming gaming icons. The fighting mechanics focus on timing, spacing, and reading your opponent, with each character having unique special moves and fighting styles. The collection includes both arcade and console versions of games, letting you experience them as they were originally intended. Online play is available for several titles, allowing you to test your skills against players worldwide. What makes Street Fighter special is how it created the template for all fighting games that follow. The collection includes museum content, with concept art, music, and historical information that shows how these games shaped gaming culture. Capcom Fighting Collection brings together 10 classic fighting games from Capcom's golden age of arcade fighters. The collection includes the complete Darkstalkers series, featuring monsters and supernatural characters in fast-paced combat, along with other unique fighters like Red Earth and Cyberbots. Each game showcases Capcom's incredible pixel art and animation, with characters that are full of personality and unique fighting styles. The combat systems vary between games, but all feature the precise controls and deep mechanics that Capcom is known for. You'll find vampires, werewolves, robots, and other creative characters that you won't see in other fighting games. The collection includes online play, training modes, and museum features that help you appreciate the artistry behind these games. What makes this collection special is how it preserves some of the most creative and unique fighting games ever made. The Darkstalkers series especially influenced countless other games with its horror-themed characters and smooth animation. These games prove that fighting games can be both competitive and full of personality. Andro Dunos 2 is a side-scrolling space shooter that perfectly captures the feel of classic arcade games. The story follows Earth's defense forces as they battle against alien invaders using advanced spacecraft equipped with powerful weapons. Your ship can collect different weapon types and power-ups that change your attack patterns, from spread shots to laser beams and homing missiles. The game features beautiful pixel art with detailed backgrounds and smooth scrolling that creates an immersive space battle experience. You'll face waves of alien enemies, dodge complex bullet patterns, and battle massive boss ships that fill the screen. The controls are simple but precise. You can move in all directions, shoot, and use special attacks when available. What makes Andro Dunos 2 special is how it feels both nostalgic and modern at the same time. The game includes multiple difficulty levels and continues the tradition of challenging but fair gameplay that defined classic arcade shooters. The soundtrack perfectly complements the action with driving electronic music that keeps you pumped up throughout each level. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection is the ultimate crossover fighting game collection that brings together superheroes and video game legends. The collection includes classic games where Marvel characters like Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Iron Man team up with Capcom fighters like Ryu, Chun-Li, and Mega Man in epic battles. The tag team fighting system lets you switch between characters mid-combo, creating spectacular team-up attacks and endless strategic possibilities. Each character has their own unique moves, special abilities, and super attacks that stay true to their comic book or video game origins. The fast-paced combat is easy to learn but incredibly deep, with combo systems that reward creativity and skill. The collection includes multiple games from the series, showing how the crossover concept evolved over time. What makes this collection the best is how it represents the peak of arcade fighting game design, combining two beloved universes in spectacular fashion. The sprite animation is absolutely gorgeous, with fluid character movements and explosive special effects that bring these iconic characters to life in ways that still impress today. And there you have it, the top 20 arcade games on Nintendo Switch. These games prove that sometimes the best experiences come from simple concepts executed perfectly. Which of these games sounds most interesting to you? Let me know in the comments what your favorite arcade-style game is on Switch, and don't forget to subscribe to SwitchTop for more Nintendo Switch content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.